findings from Mission Rugs. Well, that's kind of what we're going to look at. This is how we're going to start. So, where we ended last night, we did the bad ending, which was bad. I didn't feel good about it. This is a 4-room castle, but you have a choice of, like, in this case, A, B, C, and D. 4 doors. Pick the one that you like the best. And you can only access the 4th door if you have obtained the relevant switch palace. So there's 4 sets of 4 rooms. So A, B, C, and D would be the first set. E, F, G, and H would be the next one, so on and so forth, all the way up through to P. On the first run through, when I did the bad ending, I had to look in all the rooms. I was like, oh, which one's easy? How do I get through this? All right. And I got to the bad ending. All right. Then on the second run through, because I wasn't given any clues, it was like just, oh, bad luck. Not bad luck, but it was like, oh, something doesn't feel right. I was like, well, I guess I'll play this again, because there was nothing throughout the entire game that pointed to anything. So I played through it again. The second time through, I did all of the Switch Palace doors. So the D and the H and the L and the P. I did those rooms. And once I did that, I got an extra special message box that said something about rugs. Now let me just dial this in for a sec so you guys can see what I'm talking about. If I uncrop this in an interesting way, there we go. Sorry about my face. It's a puzzle. This thing here. Point of advice. Congratulations for making it this far, by the way. This castle has some pretty neat decorative rugs, huh? And we knew that the rugs were going to be something. It was one of the first things I thought about when we got into this level. Yeah, you don't see these like weird carpet things frequently, do you? And in the original game, you only see them in that one Bowser room, right? Oh, rugs. And so on the second run through, when I did all the Switch Palace ones, I took screenshots of everything. As you can see, I had to fill in some things where, like, I just cared about the rugs, all right? So there's 5 rugs per thing. Yeah, parrot, they're all the same, which is dumb. It's really dumb. But I was trying to figure out the meaning, and there's not a lot to really garner from it all, okay? In each hall with 4 things, the 5 rugs are all the same. It's a bit lazy, a bit of a copy-paste. And so I look at these, like, first of all, I thought, oh, it's got to be something like there's rugs and letters, but then you see there's 5 rugs and 4 letters. And it's like, which one do they belong to? I don't know. Is it a combination of the outside ones? Is it like the ones either side of A that mean something for A and the ones either side of B that mean something for B? You think, oh, there's a puzzle. Because people told me there's a puzzle. Maybe there's something going on. Like, maybe it's a word puzzle. Because frequently, there are word puzzles. The next thing I thought of, okay, so it's like the other problem is that the rugs aren't all the same size. So the second and 4th ones are in 3x3, whereas the rest of them are 3x2s. I don't know. Okay, when I saw 3x2s, I thought, ooh, you know what? Braille. Why don't we look up the Braille alphabet? But the problem is Braille is not 3x2, it's 2x3. And then you still have that issue of the 3x3s that are using all the space, so it can't map to Braille. The next thing was, this is a hack called Riff World. Alright, so it's called Riff World, it's music, there's music stuff. And so I see something like that and I think maybe that's a guitar chord chart. Okay, this is all stuff I was thinking of. I stayed up way too late last night just thinking about this while I was putting it together. Okay, imagine it? Well, I did more than imagine. And it's like, which way do you read it? Do you read it vertically? And if you do that, interestingly enough, depending on, and the other problem is that a guitar has 6 strings and basses generally don't play interesting chords like that. If this is a 6-string guitar, that's actually a reasonable chord. So it's like the bottom would be like the root, the next row up would be the 5, the next would be the 7, it's a flat 7, and then above that you've got what kind of 3? That's a major 3. So it's like if you were playing it on the lowest string, and then you move it up, it becomes minor because that's tuned down, and the next one up it becomes like a 6 or something. It becomes like some sort of a 6 chord. But you delve too deep into that, and it's like, well, that can't be the puzzle. because people aren't gigantic like guitar losers that can look at that and know it's a chord chart. And so I've just disregarded that completely because it seems stupid. There's some more thoughts I had as well, just in case you want some more thoughts. I was like, so this one at the very top, that could be like the master kind of puzzle, and you have to fit these other ones into it somehow. But the only overlap between like what's in the top, the 4x4 versus the other ones, is the one that's next to A, like A, E, and I. So you try and overlay the patterns. And this one next to A, kind of, it fits into this puzzle, like in the middle on the right-hand side. But then you can't really fit the other stuff in there. The other ones don't fit in there either. The other thing as well is that if you look at the one next to like the C column, if I find one that's maybe a bit better than that one, so let's say the G one here. The one that's next to the G, if you rotate it, it could be a Y. Okay? It could be a Y. There's too much. There's too many possibilities, and all of them are dumb. I came up with... I was awake, I was trying to go to sleep, and I couldn't stop thinking about, like, these things. There's probably some more. There's probably some more things I was thinking about, but I don't remember what they are. You didn't realize the meme you posted was actually on point. Yeah, we had the Charlie from Always Sunny with the Pepe Sylvia thing. I might be overthinking it. I really don't know. Like, the more... Carol! No. It can't be difficult. You know, the more I look at it, the more I realize that there's a lot of pieces, but not all of them fit. So the more I dive into it, the less, like, there's little tiny pieces that could make sense, but linking them all together is like too hard. I know that it's way too much, but I didn't want to have to jump into the game and play the levels. So I was just staring at this. It's all about this, okay? We did all the switch doors and we got this message box telling us about the neat decorative rugs, but I'm thinking that maybe they're not decorative. You know, I didn't try interacting with every single rug. Maybe if I just play through again, maybe there's going to be a rug that I can jump onto and... Okay, when you're in the game, and I think this is all we need to see, like that's all I care about right now. Let's go back to the game. So with all these rugs, like, you're in front of all of them. So options might be there's a rug that you can be behind, and there could be something hidden behind a rug. The other option is maybe you can climb a rug, like I can jump into it with upheld, and I can climb it and then go into the ceiling. You know, something like that. That's kind of where I'm at the moment, is just I've looked at the rugs for so long. I think I just need to get into the game and try and see how they function in-game, because so far I don't think there's a reason to care too much about the rugs in all these rooms. They're all the same. So each hallway of 4 doors, all these rugs are all the same. I don't know if the letters matter, because once again, you've got repeated patterns on the rugs per hallway, but the letters are different. So there's a bit of a conflict there. The other thing that I thought about doing, which I didn't do, was actually, like, maybe you pick one of the 4 doors from each hallway, and then, like, you know, it spells a 4-letter word. So I thought about just going, you know, get a pool of letters like A, B, C, D. And one of those is like the first letter or the last letter or something. And then E, F, G, H. And you pick one of those letters. So there'd be some sort of thing that would tell me something. How many times will I beat the castle? Well, so far, we've already beaten the castle twice. Okay, so there's definitely... I'll either go through it one more time or more than one more time. So I'm going to... I didn't try Barb Saxy, unfortunately. And I imagine that it might not be that. I'm doing things based on what has been shown to me. For all you know, maybe people just don't know what Grand Prix World 2 is, and they want to play this game. I mean, the other thing, okay, the very, very, very first thing, when I first got into the castle, and not when I first got into the castle, when we were starting to think about the puzzle, okay, the other thing, because if I need to go through and interact with all the rugs at some point, I need to play through the castle again. And there's this, okay? Do you remember? I remember EJ was here, and maybe some other people were here as well. We looked at this, and it's like, wow, what a coincidence. It's a 4x4, just like the doors and the halls. Okay, so obviously it has to be read horizontally, so you know A, B, C, and D would be on the top or on the bottom, depending on how you want to read it. And so completing the castle in that sort of order, because the first time through I don't know what order it was kind of random. Second time we did all of the right column, so we did D, H, L, and P all the way up the right side. Now we've got this one, but the problem is I don't know whether to read it from top to bottom. And I think when I mentioned it the other day, people had conflicting opinions about that, because I was like intuitively, just if I don't use my brain and I just look at this, I think about reading it from bottom to top. But if I'm someone that's making a puzzle, I would make it from top to bottom, because I feel like that's based on the way that people read and how you do things in order from top to bottom. But when I looked at this, I thought bottom to top. And so this is the conflict I have. I'm going to go through, I'm going to try and jump into all the rugs and stuff, but I want to try and kill two birds with one stone and at least try one combination of these. Whether it's top to bottom or bottom to top. I think my first instinct was to go bottom to top, but if you're making a puzzle, people are going to be upset. Bottom to top makes the most sense in my brain until I think about it being a puzzle. And then I think top to bottom. Because imagine you make a bottom to top. So there was no clues about anything being reversed or backwards or like upside down or something. Yeah, us Australians, we're so weird. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to do it more than once. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna do top to bottom. So 3, 2, 4, 2. 3, 2, 4, 2. Oh, I gotta start the timer. Okay, none of that explanation is part of that. 32, 42. We're gonna do C. C is the one. Hey, it's time to play a game. Remember? Oh no, not this room. Oh. I'll have a look. I'll try and find it on SMW Central. But unfortunately, like, I've been playing this game for weeks, like a couple of weeks now, and there's so much cool stuff. I don't have access to save states, so unfortunately I have to deal with the creators' design intentions that were just very explicitly stated in essay form on SMW Central. Okay. Nah, that wasn't gonna work. Save states would be great. Then I wouldn't have to spend 10 seconds getting back into the level. No. Next one. So what if I do when he's that way? That's a good one. There we go. All right, in the door. Whee! Checkpoint. All right, so bringing it back up. 2. We're going into F this time. H. I avoided this one as well. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, okay. So this is another room that I saw on the first run through and I was like, nah, I don't think I'll be playing this one. It's like there's this really fine sort of line between diagonals being too easy to press and being too hard to press. All right, this might be a throwback. Yeah, this one looks cursed. All right, all good. Just upswim that. What's this? So I wait till they're on, so the fire's got to go away when they're on the right. Otherwise I can't really do it good. So, there we are. All right, now. This looks like a trap, dude. How am I gonna get wrecked? So there's the door. H. Next is 4. We've got to do 4. So this is one I will have done before, because I have done a run all the way through on all the 4s. L. I'm just taking the L. What was this one? Oh, this is one I was doing last night. This was a hard one because I couldn't figure stuff out. There we go. Alright. Your desktops make a horrible squealing noise. Yeah, my computer was doing that too. A little while ago. I had to punch my tower a few times. Not even kidding. There we go. You beat Rift 2 in 17 hours. There you go. So I'm already double the amount of time it's taken him to get through. See, this is why people, you know, at 17 hours, I'm trying to think of where was I in 17 hours. How was I feeling about the game? Because I think I was already getting over playing it at 17 hours. How do you... It's so tight. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. But then, you know, people that are really good at the game, they're like, oh, yeah, no, it's tough, but you'll have a good time. But then, like, you know, you had to play it for at least, like, 3 times as long as they did. So that's where the issue is. So what was the next one? Number 2. So M and then N. Have I done N? Have I done N? No, oh, this is another one I avoided too. Because the skull rafts are jank. Oh. Yeah, I probably need this dude. What do we got? What do we got? We still puzzling? Yeah, I mean, puzzling is in just playing all the rooms, being forced to play a whole bunch of stuff. Sloped lava, you can do this. I had a look at a bunch of rooms, but I was like, yeah, I'm thinking, because sometimes I pick one that just sucked. And I reckon there's probably rooms that I haven't even looked at. Because I just found something that worked pretty quickly. Okay, so this is a cool backshot move onto Skull Raft door entry. This looks new. Point of advice, in the room before the false king, your one true destination waits to be selected. Should I print screen this? New stuff. Yes. All right. This is great. All right. Print screen. Are these right arrows or are they play buttons? But then what's the spikes? Purple spikes. It's like a down. Okay, the significance of the switch blocks. Now, let me pull up my thing. I just want to have a look at what color the switch blocks are in this game, because I don't think they're those colors. Yeah, they're not. One sec. Let me try and crop this in a way that's going to help you guys see what I'm looking at here. So there's 4 switch palaces in this game, and you can see the color of them. Okay, there's like a blue, a purple, a white, and an orange. Okay, and you'll notice that none of those colors are the switch blocks. Because when I saw the switch blocks, I thought maybe it's something to do with those rooms. There's something you can do in those rooms, but none of those switch blocks colors are the same. If this was, okay, if I just read this from left to right, I don't know what this second row is, you know? Don't know what the second row is. I should read the text box again. In the room before the false king, your one true destination waits to be selected. Okay, and I took a screenshot. I can look at that again. So I'm thinking this is the room here, because this is the room we got to. And if we go in this door here, this is the boo fight. This is the sucky boo fight. So these rugs are no good. These rugs are the same pattern. You know, this is the path we took through from top to bottom. In the room before the false king, which is this room, this is the room. Your one true destination awaits to be selected. Oh, let me get this out of the way. I just pressed select. I pressed select. So start doesn't do anything. Start select doesn't do anything, but select does something. The code is Barb, but R doesn't do anything. Sadly. Or at least my R button generally doesn't do anything. Like, have a look at my... I did this yesterday. It's absolutely hilarious how good Super Nintendo controllers are. See my input display at the very top? I gotta like smash it down and then R will eventually trigger sometimes. R has problems. Anyway, R doesn't work. Does L do it? Why have I got a flat? Why was that a B flat? Is that an L thing? Alright. I wish the music wasn't playing so I could hear like how cool my music is. Yeah, this is great. If you use the D-pad, you can play Smoke on the Water. Check it out. Thank you. Thank you. Deep Purple, if you're looking for a guitarist. I'm available. I've got a Super Nintendo controller and a copy of Riff 2. I'm happy to back you up. Flat, that's what the down arrow means. Otherwise, because I assume R, if I hold R to the point where it works, like we can get sharps, they're color-coded. They're color-coded. See, it looks like the yellow one is B. And therefore that's going to be green, and X, no, A is red. Okay. All right. So, L gang for life. Here we go. Flat is holding L, and yellow is B, right? So it's like down, B flat, Y, down, B flat, A flat, Y. Okay. Let's try. Here we go. What? Oh, down? Why did I say down? It's right. Okay, let's try again. So down. Was that Smoke on the Water? Like the thing I was just playing? But it was in a different key? They should have let me in. They should have let me in with my D-pad version of it. Oh, dude, I feel scammed. I did the puzzle. I got a new room. That's the same tapestry again. 3242. It's the same pattern. Hilarious. Well, it's Riff 2, man. You know, I've played guitar. I have played guitar.